Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. A week before the wedding, I was standing in a restaurant pretending to care about linen colors when a waitress I didn't recognize stopped me at the entrance. Her hand brushed my sleeve, too deliberate to be an accident. Her voice barely moved the air. "Hide behind the divider at the back," she whispered. "I don't have time to explain. Please trust me." I trusted her because something in her eyes said she was already late. I slipped behind the divider, heart steady, mind sharp. 5 minutes later, I understood everything. I heard his laugh before I heard his voice. I knew that laugh. I'd heard it at 2 a.m. when we burned pasta and talked about kids we weren't ready for. I'd heard it when he proposed, voice shaking, ring trembling between his fingers. Now it was softer, intimate, practiced. "I can't believe she still wants the window seating," he said. A woman laughed, not me. She called him by the nickname I thought was ours. I leaned my forehead against the cool wood and let the moment brand itself into me. This wasn't heartbreak. This was clarity. We met 5 years earlier in a parking lot during a storm. He gave me his jacket. I gave him my number. We built something slow and careful, the way you build trust when you plan to keep it. He learned how I took my coffee. I learned how he lied just enough to keep things smooth. I ignored that part. Love teaches you how. When he proposed, he said forever, like it was a contract already signed. I believed him because belief is easier than doubt when the future looks clean. The signs came quietly, always quietly. His phone faced down, work trips multiplied, my questions got softer, his answers got sharper. I found nothing when I looked. That was the first real clue. Men who cheat leave crumbs. Men who plan wipe the table. I didn't confront him. I don't do scenes without scripts. So I watched, behind the divider. I watched him lean toward her. His hand found the small of her back like it belonged there. She wore confidence like perfume, the kind that assumes victory. "This is perfect," she said. "No one will suspect a thing." I smiled because she was right. No one had except the waitress. She passed again, slipped a folded receipt into my hand. On it, a time, a date, and a room number, and one sentence written in pen: "You deserve the truth." I didn't cry that night. I opened a new folder on my laptop and named it Inventory. Assets, accounts, shared investments, prenup drafts. He thought I hadn't read closely. I called a lawyer the next morning. I framed it as curiosity. She framed it as survival. I checked phone records, travel receipts, expense reports. Patterns emerged. They always do. I met the waitress 2 days later. Her sister had dated him before me. He'd ruined her quietly, efficiently. She recognized the signs. She recognized him. She didn't want revenge. She wanted balance. I gave her both. I didn't cancel the wedding. I expanded it. I moved funds legally, carefully. I documented everything. I set traps that only someone greedy would spring. He sprang everyone. I let him think he was winning. The confrontation came 3 days before the ceremony. I invited him to the restaurant again. Same table, same lighting, the dividers still standing like a witness. I told him I wanted to finalize seating. He smiled. He always smiled when he thought he was safe. I slid a folder across the table. Inside were photos, messages, timelines, a copy of the prenup with highlighted clauses he'd ignored. His face changed in stages: confusion, fear, calculation. "You don't understand," he said. I did, completely. I told him the wedding was still happening, just not the way he planned. The day came, guests arrived, music played, champagne flowed. At the altar, I took the microphone. I told the truth calmly, precisely. No names raised, no voices cracked. I announced the donation of our shared venue deposit to a foundation for women recovering from emotional abuse, in his name. I announced that the marriage contract had been voided due to breach before execution. I announced that the woman he loved was present, sitting in the third row, now aware she had never been special, just scheduled. I watched realization crawl across his face. Afterward, I walked past the divider one last time. The waitress nodded. Balance restored. I didn't feel angry. I felt exact. Betrayal is chaos. Revenge, when done right, is order. And I have never been more at peace.